Good afternoon, everybody. How you guys doing today? This is Mr. Finance, Keon Corniff, one of the world system builder. I'm a proud world system builder working out of the East Orange Financial Center. And I'm just here to bring you another great episode of Finance 101. Today we're going to talk about the new world and the awaken, right? We're going to talk about some great things today, and like I said, complimentary of the Saving Your Future book. Part of our campaign, like I always talk about, is to educate 1 million families before 2020. That's our goal right now. We're also looking for people that want to possibly earn some additional income if you want. If you're open to learn more, if you're open to earn more, understand. So let's get right into it and talk more about this, right? So the new world, and this is something I want you guys to think about. Now, the turbulence that mark on the new millennium, right? As the last hour counted down to the year 2000, the fear of Y2K computer bug threatened to wreck the world order in a cyber chaos, right? By mid-March of that year, the dot-com bubble had burst, sending the stock market in a free fall. Also, 1 year later, the September 11 tragedy has ushered in the new reality of the uncertainty and insecurity. Then 2008, the world experienced another financial crisis. The U.S. economic has dragged, dragged under the Great Recession, right? The first decade of the new millennium was an absolute loss. And I mean lost decades for so many families. They suffered a huge loss in home values, saving retirement accounts. The worst of all, their employment. A massive number of people went into bankruptcy and foreclosure. Also, millions gave up hope looking for work, even to this day. Even to this day. While these things was happening in these times, this may have been more pronounced in the US than in Canada, though. The average Canadians were not immune to the impact of the declining markets, and they were less certain in their future. Although the US economy is now recovering, the aftermath still carries on. There's some numbers for you. Today there are 76 million baby boomers, people born between 1946 to 1964. Every day, 10,000 of them is turning 65. Many of them were hit hard by the financial crisis. Many more struggled to survive because they didn't prepare for retirement. On top of that, let's talk about Generation X. These are people that were born from 1965 to 1980, are middle-aged adults today. They are worried about keeping their jobs and paying growing bills. Many of them are sandwiched between the burden of taking care of their own family and helping their parents. How hard is that? Then you got to think about my generations, the millennials. Those are people that were born after 1980, are facing even bigger hurdles with the new economy. As a labor market become global, companies are increasingly sending their operations overseas where labor costs are lower. In addition, more jobs are being replaced due to the advance in software and automation. Just recently, I went to a McDonald's, and they have these self-order machines now. You go to your supermarkets, they have self-checkouts. You go take a plane, they have kiosks where you go check yourself in. These things are taking our jobs. You know, technology and smart machines change so fast that workers' skills may not be able to keep pace. You can't keep up with technology because it's just a chip. It doesn't require breaks. It doesn't require day offs. It doesn't require I am sick, I'm running late. So many people will be left behind or will just have to settle for a lower skills job and temporary employment. Part-time employment will become the new way for full-time employment. You will find people have to work 3 jobs just to make up to having 1 job. How good is that? So here's the new awakening. After World War II, the second half of the last millennium present a comfortable way of life. Most people grow up thinking if they could just go to a good college, get a good degree, and find a good job, then they retire. Their union, the company, the government will take care of them, and saving was not a priority, right? Because you have everything coming into you. Now, towards the 1980s and 90s, money became more accessible through easier loans and credit cards. Spending now and pay later was a mantra. Consumer debt soared, and I mean through the roof. Living with debt became the new norm. From college until old age, many people went through a lifetime of debt, beginning with student loans and and onto credit cards, car loans, mortgages, and etc. Perhaps the only good thing to come out of the last financial crisis is that more people are starting to pay attention to their personal finances. They want to understand how money works and rebuild their financial foundation. That's one of the reasons why this webinar is here. That's one of the reasons why I'm telling you. That's why I'm inviting you to come down to our financial workshops. Because self-security is the only way you could truly become financially free. Let's talk about the traditional pillars of retirement, right? And just so you know, a lot of people are doubting them today. Let's talk about personal savings. 38 million Americans are currently living paycheck to paycheck. How many of you guys that listen to this know someone that lives paycheck to paycheck? You know, Canada is not doing better, you know. 30% of Canadians can't handle more than $500 of unexpected expense without going in debt, and an additional 20% can't handle more than $2,000 of unexpected expenses. Now you tell me if that's a fair way to live. You tell me if that is okay to live like that. You tell me if that is the right way for us as people that work so hard. We dedicate our life. We put our blood, sweat, and tears in work, and to retire and can't handle things. Let's talk about company pensions. See, the good old days of pensions are disappearing in North America. In the US, companies now offer you 401ks and a few match contribution. And let me tell you a little bit about 401ks. I want you guys to Google a guy and find out who this guy is. And I'm going to tell you who he is, but I want you to do your own research too. Don't just listen to me. Do your own research. This gentleman's name is Ted Benna, right? Tedbenna. Ted Benna. right? Ted Bennett is the creator of the 401k, right? The 401k been around for about 30 plus years now, right? It's not even 40 years old yet. Now, when Ted Bennett created this 401k plan, it was created for a bank called Johnson Johnson that was located in Pennsylvania, right? Now, he didn't create this plan for it to become a retirement plan. He created for the bank. The bank wanted to figure out a way how to get some tax breaks, right? So they created this 401k. The 401k, if you look at it, it tells you clearly it's a tax code. The tax code told you that it's tax deferred. So you're going to get taxed later on. 401k, 403bs, 457s, these are all tax codes. It just lets you know that you'll be taxed later on. But here's the thing. As the person that gives you this 401k, they get the privileges of using it as a tax write-off, even more if they're matching, because now they put that in as their expense. It's part of their expense. So it's a tax write-off to sponsor their employees. So later on when they file taxes, they get a tax break because that is an expense onto the company. Even though it ain't the company you work for offer the 401k, it is done through a third party, which is a financial institute. You tell me if that's fair. So in Canada, companies have been moving away from defined benefit plans that provide a known retirement amount due to defined contribution. So that leave investment risk with the workers. Now picture this. How many of you guys even understand your 401k? How many of you guys understand how the market works? How many of you guys have the knowledge to know which shares to pick, when to pull out the market, when to be conservative, when to be aggressive? Because many of us don't know. So let's talk about government programs such as Social Security and the government and the Canadian pension plan. Now here it is. In the 1940s, for every single retiree, there were over 40 Americans working, contributing to 401 to the Social Security, contributing to the Social Security, right? So for every retiree, there was someone, there was 40 people working, right? Now look at this. Today, this number have shrank to roughly 3 per retiree. So for every one retiree, there's only like 3 working now. That's why Social Security is having a hard time. Because look what happened, right? This is what happened. Now, if you look at, if I go back and let's talk about baby boomers, right? Now, the baby boomers was born what? 1946 to 1964, right? Social Security began in 1940s, right? Now, there's 76 million baby boomers, right, that were born through that time period. And every day now, in these days, 10,000 of them is turning 65, which is the retirement age. So if there was 40 people back then to one retiree, and now there is 3 to only 1 retiree, and there's 10,000 of them working, considering that even the job market right now is such an unstable environment, we must wonder and think, how's this going to work? So this is what I want you to think about. This imbalance will put increasing pressure on the government ability to sustain Social Security and provide benefits to seniors who are living longer and require more support. Because like I said, let's go back to when the baby boomer era. The average lifespan for baby boomers back in those days was 52 for men and 60 for women. And today, due to all these technologies, all these pills, all these medicines, people are living longer. So now there's more people to give benefits to. And there is not enough funding going in to put out. In Canada, there are similar pressure on the Canadian pension plan, which is called the CPP. Because by an aging population that is living longer, as of January 2015, if you were to qualify for the maximum monthly retirement pension at age 65, it would be, let me tell you again, listen to this, it would be $1,065 per month. Is that enough to provide you with the secure retirement you desire? Is it? You know, more than ever, people need to change their thinking of Social Security to self-security. You must fund your own retirement, and you can't depend on the unions, nor your employer or the government. You must take charge of your financial future and develop a new financial habits. You know the things that we teach people to do in our workshops? We teach people how to make money, how to save money, and grow money. But better yet, protect money. Because financial concepts and solutions may not be the most exciting subject, but with discipline and patience, you can learn and understand the fundamentals, and you can build a good financial foundation. Financial independence is not a dream. It's a priority. Take control of your future. You must take control of your future, I promise you. If you don't, we're going to face hard time. We're going to go through hard time. So, here's what I want you to do. I want you to like and share this broadcast. Because the next subject we're going to talk about, and you guys got to tune in, make sure you add me on Facebook. Add this page on Facebook, which is B. Shauna's Legacy. Add the B. Shauna's Legacy on Facebook, which is BSHYNZ Legacy. Right? Add us on Facebook. So that way you can always tune in and play this recording over and over and over again and listen to it. Because the next subject that's going to come up this Saturday, and you guys got to be looking out for the broadcast. The next subject we're going to talk about the financial foundations. I'm going to give you guys the secrets of how to build the financial foundation and what to do next. Right? So, thank you for tuning in. My name is Mr. Finance, Keon Corniff. And you're one decision away from changing your future for the better. So tune in next time. Until then, be good, do good, be great. Have a wonderful day. Love you guys. Bye-bye.